Humane Services in Wakeman, Michigan. Hi, Dr. Full. For those considering to adopt animals, what advice would you give them?
If you want anything different than a dog or a cat, because most people know how to take care of dogs or cats, but then again, sometimes they don't even do that anymore because Paul Harvey. Have you heard of Paul Harvey? No. Have you heard of Paul Harvey? Paul Harvey was a commentator on the radio. And this is 40 years ago, already heard this. He says, right now, people are 3 or 4 generations away from farming and they do not know how to take care of animals because they have not been taught how. The farmer knows how to take care of animals, otherwise he goes bankrupt.
Right.
So when you know how to take care of animals, yeah, that's fine. But now we had already where people didn't know how. So that was the problem. And you see that now too, where yes, I want a dog, but they don't know how. If you want anything different, you better go online and find out exactly how to take care of them. That lady just walking out here has bearded dragons and so on. You see a lot of those now because they're easy to take care of, they're kind of fun, and yes, they know who the owner is.
Right.
But they take special care because again, they are cold.
Have you ever gotten injured by one of your patients?
The worst I had was I was pregnancy checking at a place, and this cow was trying to, shoot her way in, and I tried to stop it, and she just swings her head, and I busted my road cuff.
Oh my God.
And that's it. And this is, the road cuff that was hurt, but everything is fine. I've been kicked many times, never broken a bone.
By animal, like you've been...
I've been kicked, yes, but you have to know the animal. First of all, I tell them, look in their eyes. Because for I don't know how many years, I was working with a rodeo outfit. The J Ranch Rodeo. Wild bulls, wild horses for rodeos. You better know what those animals do and can do. So what you do, yes, you learn to look in their eyes and you know when they're going to do what. And that's the whole secret. So if you know that, okay, this animal is trying to attack me, well, you either jump over the gate or, all the other thing is stand completely still. If you're not threatening for the animal most of the time will not attack you.
Right.
So, you lock it up, okay, okay, you're scared, but I'm not a threatening thing, and then you walk away.
Right, because they know that they're safe.
When you're threatening for them, they'll
what
attack.
Oakland County deserves, what the animals of Oakland County deserve, and now we have it, and we expect the animals to be healthier. We expect our adoptions to go up, and we just can't say thank you enough to the people who put this together.
The 35,000 square foot facility cost over $15 million to build. Spacious dog kennels and cat condos, along with the state-of-the-art ventilation system, ensures a healthy environment for our furry friends. And a community room is available for meetings, classes, and other events.
We house the same number of animals, but it's a bigger building. So that gives you kind of the idea that the animals have a lot more space here than they did in the last. So we can house up to 150 dogs and 120 cats. Our adoption rate for cats is about 80%. We're trying to improve that through different ways of, education, that type of thing. And then our dogs usually runs either from 85 to 90% save rate. So we feel as though we do really good. We still have improvement. I mean, there's always room for improvement. So hopefully with this state-of-the-art facility, we'll be able to get closer to that 100% that everybody's always trying to achieve.
The animal shelter will once again take part in the Empty the Shelters event, scheduled to take place on Saturday, October 14th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. On that date, the Bissell Pet Foundation offers to cover all pet adoption fees. For more information, visit oakgov.com/petadoption or call 248-858-1070. In Pontiac, this is Joe Johnson reporting for ONTV News.
to adopt is power.
We're here at Oakland County Animal Shelter, and we have Angela
And Casey.
Hi, my name is Casey. I work at Oakland County Animal Shelter. I am a greeter here, and we have about 130 dogs that are looking for their forever loving homes.
Hi. What's your name?
Here, she's gonna be outside. So we have volunteers that take the dogs out for walks. And
That was
then
Madison. Who's this?
The dog was walked today.
Hey,
We have about
Pumpkin. Hey.
134 dogs, so they make sure they're all walked. This is Frankie. Frankie. She's one of the petite ones. She's a sweet lady. Stormageddon.
Stormageddon?
Yeah, it was Stormy with an eye, but we have quite a few of those, so they put Stormageddon.
That is a name. That's a name.
This is Lily's gonna be outside. She is a basic girl here. She loves to play outside. It's her favorite thing to do.
Aw, come here, ladybug. Hi, Precious.
Play tug of war toys. It's her favorite game.
Do you know if any of them are like siblings? Because some of them.
No, they're not siblings. Maybe cousins, but they're not siblings. Then this is Jaden. She is getting adopted.
Oh, hi, Jaden. Hi, sweetie.
Raina.
Raina?
Sweet little girl, yes.
Hi, Raina.
She's really nice. Who's my best friend? Are you my best friend? Yes.
Hi, honey.
He's like, oh, there's a camera.
Hi.
Oh.
Oh, no, okay, no camera today? Okay, no camera. It's okay.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
I know, right?
Which one?
Mostly chunk. This is Tina. Hi, sweetie. She's probably 6 years old.
I have never seen that color, that combination, have you?
It's okay.
That combination?
This is a darker brindle.
Hi, Jenna. Jeannie.
Oh, I wonder if that's Yep. And then this is Mimi. Everybody likes her fat ears.
Hey, okay, where we going? We playing okay, all right.
But this is mostly for them to just go outside, go potty, and get out of the cage and have some time after being in there for about 24 hours a day. So it's nice for them and they don't go crazy. So this is Brody. One is adoption 3 and 4. So these guys mostly... 4 is gonna be next row. So these guys mostly, this is for adoption 3. Just because a lot of these dogs that are outside and you can see them, they know each other pretty much. They don't really bother each other. They know they want to go outside and that there's limited time to be outside, so they know to just run around. Nope. No, we don't do that. Our cages are not big enough for them to do that.
Now I'm like not in the same cage. Like.
But especially the breed depends, because it's hard enough usually to get pitties adopted, let alone 2 of them at the same time. So we're just appreciative if one of them gets adopted. So usually people won't adopt
saying
one
get
together.
adopted together. I'm saying like they they have a cage right here and a cage right here.
Not necessarily. We got 134 dogs, and when somebody over here gets adopted, then we put one that's adoptable over there, and then if one of them gets over there that's adopted, they get over there. So it's not necessarily that they'll stay together. Well, if they're strays, we change their name. And if their owner surrendered, sometimes people will say to get a name that kind of rhymes with their first name, so that way it kind of doesn't really confuse them much. Okay, sweetie. Hi, sweetie. You're a good girl. I love you. You're a sweetheart. Yes, you are. Out of here and just take a breather from being in here.
Who trains them?
Teacher's Pet is the organization that takes them to Children's Village and has those kids work with them. And
Children's Village.
The kids really like the dogs, and the dogs really like the kids, and all the hot dogs and stuff that they might get for treats. Yeah, they really like getting out of here. It's with one of our volunteers. Every puppy can be a little bit shy, so it's really nice that we're taking the time to help them get a little bit better. So he's a sweet boy. He's like, oh no, I can't much shy. Usually they can probably get it by when they eat other dogs' poop. And then that happens, so we put them on medication and everything like that just to get them better. She also did just get fixed as well when she went up for adoption. So no extended walks, is just so that they can make sure that they keep an eye on her incision and make sure nothing happens with it. She don't want somebody to take her home and then they can't have it and then bringing it back. That is also very stressful for the dog. So they go and make sure that everything's okay. Kind of like baby kind of prove the house, like this might be dangerous and this might be dangerous, might want to put those things away. And they also have a training available for them, and they're available for questions, concerns, and things like that for anything something that they have questions about. They do want the dogs to stay at the home that they were adopted out to.
Any of the dogs and how often?
So usually once the dogs come in and they're really scared, I'll give them some treats or some wet food or something like that just to get them a little bit better. I do pass through here every day and give them treats and get them to be okay. And sometimes when they're all in the back pens, I'll play with them or see them.
I wonder where that's a girl.
That's a
I wonder where her pack is.
don't know.
What if she was the alpha female?
I don't know.
And then her husband
Hybrid.
alpha.
Is she friendly? She's a little different. I mean, just because she is part wolf, it's a little, you know, she acts a little bit differently than a normal dog.
I promise 100% this cat will not bite you.
I'm not scared.
I'll give you $100 if it bites you. It's hard for them to even make anything like that because they're there.
And that's in Turkey.
Yep, that's in Turkey, is where there's strays literally everywhere. And unfortunately right now, I think it was Puerto Rico, where a lot of the economy just crashed and a lot of people just ended up dumping their dogs because they couldn't take care of them anymore, let alone themselves. So a lot of rescues and organizations from the US have gone out to those areas to save some of the dogs and bring them here.
We've been your hosts,
Makaila Thomas.
and Kingston Neville
Of Kids Biz,
where knowledge is power. What do you want to be when you grow up?
I know you're so excited to be out of the cage. I would be too. I would be so excited too.
Like me, dogs is therapy. Get you a dog and talk to it, hug it. You ain't gotta be alone.
I'm Matt Pepper, President and CEO for the Michigan Humane Society, and I'm here at our Judith Kaplan Phillips Pet Food Pantry, where we distribute dog and cat food to families struggling in Metro Detroit. In 2019, we distributed more than 400,000 pounds of food to families in need. This year, in the first 60 days of the COVID-19 crisis, we've already distributed more than 300,000 pounds of dog and cat food to struggling families. What's important for us to think about is that each one of these bags of dog and cat food represents a family that we're helping keep together.
I come here every other week. I really love the Humane Society. This is a wonderful organization, and if anybody wanted to donate anything, this should be one of the first stops they do.
Say, this is Carmen. Say thank you. Say thank you for all you do. We like to say thanks to the Dog Food Humane Society for helping us out with our doggies.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, thank you. Me and Gordita appreciate it a great deal.
Thank you.
Today I picked up food for the cats. I only have 2, but there's 4 community cats that I feed. And thank you for being here for the community. No pet should be out there hungry.
Oh, I think it's wonderful. Yeah, it helps me out a lot. You know, I mean, if I didn't have this place, I'd be kind of screwed, you know.
Thank you very much for supporting us at a time like this. God bless, and I appreciate everything.
We'd like to say thank you for the Humane Society They have been a big part in helping the community with their puppy and fur baby needs. It is awesome coming here. I mean, as a Black Club president, I really do enjoy helping my community. And thanks to them, they're feeding fur babies. So on my route that I do the school lunches, I drop off the cat food. But today is my day off. So I'm gonna drop off cat food and litter to the much needed, you know, fur babies out there. But I'm tired, but I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going for these fur babies and these little kids in the bellies, yes. I got my list, so I'm ready to drop off.
We're always here to be able to help out the community. We are glad to have people come visit us. We will continue to provide the services as much as we possibly can. So come visit us if you're in need of any sort of resource for your pet, and please stay safe and come visit.
Usually you hear about animals finding a new home, but in this case, the Michigan Humane Society is the one moving into a new place.
This facility is designed top to bottom to be a better environment for the animals.
Volunteers spent Friday taking the animals in parade formation to the new facility. The organization had been working out of this building since the 1930s. Now the feeling goes from dreary to dreamy for the animals and volunteers. Many of the dogs like their new digs.
I walked Lucy over here from our old shelter, and she walked right in her pod, and she was just as happy as could be, and you could see a smile on her face.
The Humane Society's new building is a healthier environment.
They have a good ventilation system. The dogs can't see each other as in a kennel situation, so they get less stressed.
All the lives we saved more than 11,000 in 2015. That happens out of an old converted piston factory, so just imagine the potential that exists in this facility.
Pets like Reba will stay here until they find a forever home.
She's incredibly beautiful. She's incredibly affectionate. I'm just looking for a new home. So
doggy kisses are the best.
Doggy kisses are the best.
And the facility officially opens Monday at noon, and all the animals you've seen in our story are up for adoption, including Lorax, except he might not be available because I might take him myself. Don't tell my husband. I'm Sarah Chowdhury for the Now Detroit.
I can imagine. I know how sweet and beautiful.
Hi, I'm Makaila of Kids Biz, where knowledge is power. Kids Biz Live Talk Radio with
Hi,
the
I'm
Media Network of
Kingston.
Waterford.
I'm a co-host now.
Hi,
I'm the
Anna
author of
Chrisman.
The
I'm
Bully.
here from the Michigan Humane Society.
So, how long did it take you to become a part of this amazing facility?
So actually, it was my first official job out of college. So I started about 8.5 years ago with Michigan Humane as a kennel attendant. So I was scooping poop, I was feeding animals, I was dispensing medications, and since then I have worked my way up to being part of our communications team.
Really nice.
So how many animals do you have in your facility?
So it varies, but generally we're hovering right around 500 animals that we care for every single day. So those animals can be physically in our facility with us. So they would be the ones you'd see on the adoption floor and things like that. Sometimes we also have animals that are in foster care, so they are still our responsibility and we're still caring for them, but they're actually staying off-site with an open family and a happy home for a little while.
Aww. So what are your favorite animals?
So my first favorite animal is a dog. I love dogs, I have 5. And then my second favorite animals are bats, actually, which are not generally something that we're caring for at Michigan Humane. So right underneath bats are kitty cats. I love cats very much.
So you said you've been working there for 8 years, right? So if you had any other jobs, what would you be?
Ooh. Actually, when I was younger, I always wanted to be a veterinarian, and so working with animals kind of makes me always think about going back to that. The other job I would love to have, I actually would love to be a teacher. I love educating, and I love working with children and teaching them pretty much everything that they need to know about the world. So,
wow. What are your favorite breeds of dogs?
Oh, I love Chow Chows. I have 2. Absolutely love them, and I really love Jack Russells. So they're just little bouncing balls of energy and just light up a room every time they're in one. So
Where
those
do
are my
you
2
see
favorites.
yourself in the next 5 years?
Hopefully still with Michigan Humane. So the great part about working at a nonprofit like Michigan Humane is that we're constantly evolving and we're constantly changing, kind of expanding what our programs look like and how we reach people in the community. So ideally still at Michigan Humane, just not entirely sure what capacity right now.
Didn't you have an adoption event?
We actually did. So this past weekend, the Bissell Pet Foundation sponsored their annual Empty the Shelters event. So we were lucky enough to find forever families for 165 different animals just on Saturday alone. Yeah,
Wow.
It was pretty amazing. We loved it. Everybody's very tired.
Oh, that is so adorable.
100, you said?
165.
165.
That's a good number.
It is. It's a great number. We were very, very pleased.
So, didn't you just have a horse event too, right?
We did actually. So about 2 weekends ago, we actually had an urban trail ride down in downtown Detroit at Easter Market. We invited the Detroit Mounted Police as well as a number of horse owners from in and around the metro area came down, and we actually did a trail ride from Easter Market down the DeQuinder Cut through some Detroit neighborhoods and coming back through. It was a lot of fun. We had roughly 40 horses take the trail ride, and then we had an additional number of dogs and their people follow the same trail through the city. So it was really cool.
Did you get on a horse?
I did not get on a horse. Most sad. I was very sad about that. I'm a horse girl from way back, so I didn't get a chance to get on the horse this time, but next year I told them I get to get on one.
Well, my orchestra teacher, because I play the violin, she talked about us about a horse ride she did, and the horse was like super big and like she's really short. And she was like, her legs were like so wide open. Her knees was hurting the next day.
It's harder when you're shorter actually to be on the horse because it's a very, part of the way that you control a horse is actually with your knees. And so when you're shorter, it actually takes a little bit more to be able to get the horse in the right spot, right, for where you're headed. But it's a lot of fun. It's a great opportunity for us too, because to have horse owners down in Easter Market talking to folks who maybe have never really been around horses, they got introduced to them, learned a little bit about horse care and how to, handle what happens if you run into a horse and say, you're out at Mayberry Park or something like that and you're running into the horses on the trail, kind of how to behave and what to do and all of that.
Yeah, I took a few horse riding classes myself, especially when we went up to Frankenmuth as a family vacation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, probably for the summer or winter, my father's birthday. Shout out to Dad, November 7th, that's his birthday. But I think horses are really cool. And I have a friend that goes to Cranbrook High School, Ellie Moen. She also rides horses too.
Oh wow, no, it's a great pastime and it's a really amazing hobby, and horses are just some of the coolest animals you'll ever encounter. And so to get a chance, somebody who maybe doesn't get a chance to see horses very often, to get a chance to interact with them in that environment was a really amazing experience. Via our website, it's michiganhumane.org. You can also give us a call. That phone number is 866-MHUMANE, and that's how you reach me.
What positive message can you give the kids of today?
Probably the most important thing to keep in mind is that we share our lives and our communities with animals. Even if you yourself are not a pet owner, it is really important to always make sure that you are treating animals with kindness, that you're treating animals with respect, and that you realize that just because, an animal may be big or it may look scary or it may have scales or anything like that, doesn't mean it's any less deserving of respect and of kindness.
Thank you for coming on the show today.
Oh, thank you guys so much for having me. I really enjoyed it.
I've been your host, Makaila Thomas.
And I've been your co-host, Kingston Ellis.
Kids Biz where
knowledge is power. What do you want to be
I'm
when you
Makaila Thomas, where knowledge is power. What do you want to be when you grow up?
One more time.
No!
One more time.
I can't do that. I cannot do anything.
You got it.
Good one.
I know. Do it again.
No. I like what you just said.
I like it.
No.
That's Dr. Poe.
Wait, you
This
can
is
keep that in
Michigan.
there.
Say that. Say this is Michigan.
What's that?
Say this is Michigan.
This is Michigan. And we have a beautiful fall right now.
We loved it when you said that.
This is Michigan.
And